tree stump. One morning, I'm doing my normal campground rounds. Beautiful, peaceful day. Birds singing, lakes sparkling, mosquitoes already enjoying the breakfast buffet. Basically paradise. Then suddenly I hear a man's voice from one corner of the campground crying out, I think she's gonna kill me. I think she's gonna kill me! I think she's gonna kill me! And I'm thinking, oh boy, finally something interesting. I run over. There stands Herman the German, sandals, white socks pulled halfway to heaven, belly shaped like an emergency life raft in the face of a man who had already accepted death spiritually. The guy was shaking like a washing machine full of soup. I say, Herman, who's gonna kill you? He points toward the beach. I don't see anybody, just Herman having a full emotional system failure. So I ask, why does she want to kill you? And now comes the sentence that nearly shut down my brain. Because I told her there would be water to wash with! At that moment I knew today was gonna be special, so we walked down to the beach. Now folks, you have to picture this. In front of us is a lake almost 90 kilometers long, huge, so much water. If Noah had seen this lake, he would have built a cruise ship, and sitting on a giant driftwood log is this woman, dressed like a combination of Las Vegas, a discount perfume department, and a psychological emergency. In one hand, lipstick, in the other, a tiny makeup mirror. And she's muttering angry nonsense to herself like a broken diesel engine. Then she spots Herman, jumps up and screams, I'm gonna kill you, Herman! Jesus Christ! Even the ducks left the area on foot. I step in like the world's least qualified wilderness peace negotiator, and I say, ma'am, why exactly do you want to kill Herman? And she completely explodes! This idiot lied to me! He said there would be water here to wash with! There is no water here! Now imagine standing there in front of a gigantic freshwater lake containing approximately 9 billion bathtubs worth of water and trying to stay calm. So I say, but ma'am, there is water here. And she screams, that's lake water! At that moment, I actually looked at the lake myself, just to make sure I wasn't the crazy one, but no, still definitely a lake. And then I slowly realized something terrifying. This woman could not identify the lake as water. For her, water meant faucet, shower, hotel sink, but a gigantic freshwater lake. No, that was apparently just scenery. This woman could probably stand in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and scream, where is all the water? Then suddenly she turns toward me completely insane and yells, why don't you kill him? And I thought, all right, we have officially left normal campground management. We are now inside a German psychological thriller with mosquitoes. Then this woman suddenly takes off running down the beach, holding lipstick, screaming, swearing like Godzilla in leopard print. And Herman looks at me completely broken, like I'm now supposed to be marriage counselor, park ranger, and exorcist at the same time. I just looked at him and said, Herman, finding your cake is now your own problem. And I walked away. At some point, even a campground caretaker needs boundaries. Next morning, I see Herman again. The man looked like he'd been emotionally beaten by raccoons all night. I state, well, Herman, you're still alive? And he says, yeah, first she locked herself inside the RV. I say, and then she let me back in, but I had to sleep on the floor. Now there stood this man, deep in the Canadian wilderness, next to a 20,000 luxury RV. And he spent the night sleeping beside the chemical toilet like a projected pirate. I gave him one piece of advice. I said, Herman, listen carefully. Next time you stop for gas, let her step outside, and then just drive to Alaska. Don't think, just drive. 1 year later, Herman comes back to my campground. I almost didn't recognize him. The man was glowing with happiness, and beside him, a new woman, calm, friendly, normal, no murder threats, no lipstick warfare, no psychological wildlife emergencies. And Herman smiles and says, she's very nice. Everything is going well. And I thought, you see, Sometimes camping doesn't just save nature. Sometimes it saves German men.